yesterday.
5 minutes.
I still like a lot. Alright. Shaman's Art for Connor. It's fine for him because he has 2 others, but it's still never good to start sure.
Right.
Trading card game masters, your appearance for round 12.
And looking at his hand, it's a lot of really valuable resources he needs. He has 2 of the elixirs, a couple of supporters. So hopefully he can find a target to maybe elixir 2 and then in, or play a Sycamore. He has the second one in his hand.
Well, if he does have his elixirs, the best possible move is just get Darkrai, elixir to it, and then or Sycamore. But because that time he just not have anything in his hand. Alright, that Darkrai does come down on the bench. Let's see if he can get energy to it. Oh yeah, his hand's actually really good now.
And then playing 13 dark energies. And not seeing one yet. Yeah, I was gonna say I hope we're gonna be able to see at least one.
That's as close to 100%. No, none in hand, and first max elixir. Yeah. All the shuffling, and we're just gonna see another one. It's the one bad part about playing elixirs and trainers mails and things like that
is that when you play them back to back, you have to shuffle in between each one, and it does draw out just a tad sometimes. Oh, we see one on the last card. Even he thought he didn't hit one. But that's turn 1, and Connor's sitting pretty well and where he'd want to be. He's already sitting with 2 dark energies on that Darkrai.
Yeah.
And he does play the float stone, so maybe he's just able to find it for that Shaman. He does have a Trainer's Mail. But he's going to decide to hold on to it.
I'm not sure why. Wouldn't you just play it to try to get Floatstone or another elixir? Don't you want trainers?
And you would think maybe even find another elixir, but maybe he thinks just because there's still so much in his deck, he wants to hold on to it in case he has to dig for something he absolutely needs when he needs it.
Yeah, that is true. Trainer's Mail and 4 dark energy would not be good.
Right. Alright, the player's going to be drawing 6 cards.
There's 3 dark energy. And the Oblivion Wing Evital was something else you attach to, since you really only want 2 energy on each Darkrai. And there we see a pass, and Isaiah is very quickly attach pass.
Yeah. We did see him start with the Xerneas. But that's Isaiah had no other cards in his hand to play. He has a Spirit Link, an Elixir, and energies, but without another target on the bench, neither the Geomancy nor any of the cards in his hand would be very useful.
Alright, there we see a Trainer's Mail for the escape rope. That's what he needed. Now he can escape up into the Darkrai. Hope to get more energy in play. Ultra Ball will probably get a Shaman. He wants to just get this train going. Okay, no. Better be safe if you miss this. You need the other elixirs and stuff like that, of course. But set up another attacker just in case Isaiah can actually draw out of his dead hand.
See the no-end high five for the Sycamore?
It is still alive in senior division. He didn't get much of stuff. He does get to Oblivion Wing though. That's big.
Yep, it'll only do 10 to the Xerneas, but he's going to get another Dark on board.
And you know what that means? Another 20 damage.
Connor now having 2 of his Darkrai set up. And
Okay,
Isaiah
now
just has to pass.
It has to be.
See another elixir. Connor just wants to make sure he has all of the energy he can on board.
Alright, so that's 6 energy. That's doing 140 minus 20. That's knockout. And he has the escape rope. There we go.
Alright, game 1 goes to Connor. Tough break for Isaiah. He couldn't find another one, and that's he flips over his 2 cards. It was going to be another Spirit Link and then a Sycamore, so that's... I mean, Connor was going to have up to another 2 turns total to attempt to continue to set up or get that Evital out of the active to just hit the knockout with the Darkrai.
Yeah, basically what we saw was Connor's deck running perfectly, and Isaiah
Not so much.
not getting to play Pokemon.
Yeah, no, and that's especially in his what looks to be an all-around like fairy toolbox type deck. Not having those, not finding any of the basic Pokemon, or any draw cards for that matter, horribly hurt Isaiah.
Yes. We didn't get to see the Salamence. Maybe he actually draws cards and plays
Possibly.
cards. Then maybe we could see Salamence game 2 and maybe a game 3.
That Connor realized he didn't need to keep searching for Pokemon, but just those energies, and so obviously the Salamence would have been utilized unless they didn't progress in this one. But yeah, that's Connor will, if Isaiah can set up and get going, Connor I'm sure will set up more Pokemon, which then the Salamence really could come in this sweep for Connor.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, for Isaiah.
I'm really liking this Darkrai deck though. It's very fast. It's very hard. And doesn't play around, like, doesn't need to play much X.
No, and that's he has the 2 escape ropes, the 1 float stone. So that's he's looking to get his attackers going and make sure they're where they need to be. It moves fast. We saw consistency in his list, so hopefully again game 2 will be a little bit better and maybe both decks can run a little more consistent.
Yeah, for sure. But they've been running, they've had to run consistent because they're both in finals.
True.
Maybe it's just that one hiccup and correct itself, get back
and then,
to
like I said, we saw that.
geomancying.
Yeah, we saw that really bad first mulligan from Isaiah. Everything kind of clumped up. So he did pile shuffle, get another breakup. Hopefully this time he get a little bit more variety in his hands.
Yeah, for sure. Alright, so we're getting back to the game. They're drawing for their hands.
We may see a Shaman start from
Okay,
Isaiah.
it's fine, everyone. If you're a fan of Isaiah, he has some cards that are available. We will see a turn more than 2 from Isaiah.
Yeah. More than a draw past turn, too.
Yeah.
Alright, the players shake hands, and it was the Shaman start for Isaiah. But like you said, there are a few cards in his hand. You do see the Fairy Garden go down, and an Ultra Ball.
This Ultra Ball is most likely getting Hoopa.
We do see him get rid of that Giratina. I think he decides, you know what, I don't need this one.
Oh no, it's
Definitely.
Hoopa. Okay.
Hoopa, yep. He's going to go ahead and Scoundrel Ring, which
Yeah.
are 3 other EXs.
I think Giratina's probably the worst card for him in this matchup.
Definitely.
Giratina's good at 2 things: stopping special energy, stopping megas.
And
This Darkrai deck has 13 basic energy and no mega in sight.
And we see 2 Gardevoirs and the Salamence come up from Isaiah. He's not messing around. He's not messing around this game. He's not worried about trying to hide the Salamence. He's just like, look, here we are. Here's all my stuff. Now we have a game going.
Also has one of the coolest attack names ever, Beastly Fang, I believe.
Did you see Professor Sycamore off of that trainer's mail?
Yeah, what he needs right now is a Xerneas with a Max Elixir, just so we can Geomancy. Well, he gets the Max Elixir, does not hit a Xerneas.
But I do believe he got either trainer's mail or another Ultra Ball, so we could possibly go in and find it.
It's transfer.
What is a trainer's mail? Okay.
Oh, and
There's
there's
the
a
Ultra
ball on
Ball.
top. All right. That's what you want. And you see he's playing very fast.
Well, that's after that very short game 1. I'm sure he's thinking, okay, if I can win game 2, I want to make sure we go to a game 3. I want to make sure we truly finish it out and then give it my all. So He is definitely playing much faster than his last game though. Just the draws.
I think that's just how he plays. They're young, they have energy. They move faster than us.
Very true. We are going to see the retreat because of the Fairy Garden.
The max elixir though. It's because he doesn't play 13 basics like Connor. Alright, let's see what Connor can pull off this turn. Fighting Fury Belt, and a Dark. Alright. And then he has Sycamore in hand, I believe. Oh no, and Sycamore. He didn't attach though. Okay, so he's not attaching because Oblivion Wing Utah. So he could just have a Dark, and then when he draws a Dark, because he's gonna have 12 Darks left in his deck, he'll be able to Oblivion Wing, do only 10 damage, but charge up another Dark Ride potentially.
That's. We do see the other Oblivion Wing.
Oh, I think they're just all Oblivion.
They're all Oblivion. Yep.
Yeah. We got tripped up just because they're two different arts.
So,
I was thinking why Fright Night would be in here.
yeah, that's
no
after we read it and looked at the list a little bit more. Yeah, we are going to see the
TCG
challenger
round
from Isaiah.
coming up. They will be posted under the Fairy banner.
Definitely looking for that fairy energy. So
Your table numbers will be the sock numbers.
With that
Red
game
table numbers with
taking
sock.
so short, there's still over an hour left.
The Fairy banner towards the back near the info
more
desk.
than enough time to play this game 2, and more than likely that game 3,
Yeah.
if it comes to that.
Go ahead and take your seats, set up, but do not start. Do not start.
That was DeMarcus, your head judge. DeMarcus, your head judge, who will be partying all day at the League Challenge. Stop
both
by
players
and say
getting
hi to
used
DeMarcus
6.
and compliment his hat.
There's the double dragon from Isaiah, so we can attach that to the Salamence. But I think Salamence is better as like a surprise in this matchup. Because right now Connor can just not bench any other EX, and Salamence not doing any damage.
Right, and we can see right there Connor's holding on to those 2 Dark Rays in his hand. He wants to play the one more because he has the elixirs and he needs the variety to put all of the attachments onto, so he doesn't commit them all to the 1EX. But he is attempting now to play around that Salamence by not benching all the ones in his hand. Do you see him hit that max elixir?
He should.
Again, for this deck specifically, you would hope so.
Yeah.
It's no double colorless because there's no evals. It's strictly for the Dark Ride, so all you need is Dark.
That should be the song name. All you need is Dark Ride. Alright, so they are making sure what each other has played. No, I think for Connor it's not much. There's another max elixir, and of course he hits it. Alright, so that Dark Ride is starting to build up some damage. 110 before resistance, so
That's Isaiah only has, or Connor has, I'm sorry, no dark energies in his disco pile right now though. So that Oblivion Wing's only going to do 10 damage. Connor probably looking to figure out how he can get some darks in there to really utilize it. Oh, or an escape rope, that works too.
So he's probably going to bring up Huba. Oh, he's going with the Salamence. He's fine with it taking damage. And then here we're going to see Sycamore discarding a Dark. So he will have the Dark for the Oblivion Ring. And he has a Dark to attach for turn. These are going really well from him.
Yes, he's all of his. Oh,
I think there was some question on party attached this turn. I believe he hasn't because he played 2 max elixirs this turn. first Max Elixir went on Darkrai EX with the Fury build. The second Max Elixir went on the Living Wing Eevee on the bench. And then his attachment for the turn would be Darkrai.
Yes.
And I think that's what they came to the conclusion to.
I think the judge said the same.
Okay, reverse value. Okay. 10 more damage. So now Darkrai is doing a lot.
Yep, and then we do see that that Living Wing go onto that other Darkrai. Both are now set up and ready to start attacking.
Alright, Ultra Ball, or no, Super Run. Oh yeah, there should be 40. There we go. Alright, so he Super Rotted, but he had to put back that Giratina. You don't want to do all that, but he only had the 2 energy and nothing else.
Right, so sadly that Giratina is going to go back into Isaiah's hand, or deck, I'm sorry. And I believe the other one's still in there too, so he does run a chance of drawing both of them. Maybe he can find some old balls at the same time, get rid of them again. We do see him get a couple of the Megas, and he does have the Spirit Links on both of his Gardevoirs.
And with the Fairy Garden, he can retreat the Salamence into the Xerneas and start Geomancing.
We do see a miss on that Trainer Zone.
And there we go. Retreat into the Xerneas. And Geomancy will start powering up these Gardevoirs.
We saw him keep the one other Mega in his hand, and it is the Despair Ray one that we've been seeing, and I think right now he's looking for that second Brilliant Arrow Mega over that, just because he's going to start building up all the Fairy energies, just as Connor's been doing with his Arcs.
Definitely. This deck does not have the same resources as the actual devoted Despair Ray Mega Gardevoir deck. There's no Dragonite, there's not another Hoopa, and there's not 4 Shaman.
Right, but that's maybe why Isaiah let that Salamence take up 40, because maybe he realizes that it's not going to be that useful, and if he does have to Despair Ray, he can at least let a couple of these EXs take a hit or two without getting knocked out, move them around because of the Fairy Garden, and then be able to just discard them before they get knocked out.
Yeah, these X are basically the same exact strategy. They want a lot of energy in play, and if they have that, they start one-hitting their opponent's EXs. Granted, Connor does have to have quite a bit more because of the Mega Gardevoir, but if Connor gets Fury Belt, then it's kind of evens out. But with Mega Gardevoir doing 30 each energy and Darkrai doing 20 each energy, it's also an advantage that Isaiah has. So it's interesting to see these decks play out, especially not the first one.
Yeah.
Alright, lead challenge players, while you're setting up, while you're getting all situated, I'd like to welcome and thank you for joining the league challenge.
And he got a Fury Buff for the second Darkrai.
Today, we have 61 players for the league challenge. Also, at this time, we have judges selecting your deck lists.
Okay.
So, have your deck list ready for the judges that's coming around.
Even with 7 energy total from his hand and in field, he still hits the max.
We will have
Isaiah checking his Discord. How many played now? Is that all of them?
Like 20?
Seniors, you have 20 players. That'll be 5 rounds. And we have 1 junior. That 1 junior will be playing with the seniors.
Okay, so he actually put it on the Oblivion Wing rooftop. So maybe he's charging up that Darkness blade?
Maybe he's thinking just in case he needs to exchange a one-prize attacker.
Yeah.
If he doesn't
Also
damage
pretty good to
the
retreat
EX.
too.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're gonna see, I believe, a knockout on this Salamence. Yeah, there we go.
That's Connor now with having to play that Shaman, had 3 EXs. It was getting a little too risky for him, so I think he was like, you know what, I'm going to take care of Salamence now. He can play now another Shaman or a Darkrai.
Okay,
Isaiah
for
may
pricing
possibly
in
be able to
the
get
league
that Salamence back
challenge,
at a later time.
you guys
But for
will
right
get
now,
2 tickets
he
per
can feel a little bit
win,
more comfortable
and
setting up
those
more
tickets
Pokemon.
will be
more
given
energy.
out at the end of the league challenge.
Okay, versus Secret
So
Sword,
you do
and
have to
putting
finish
Connor
the
down
league
to
challenge to get your
like
prize.
4 cards because of his 4 prizes.
The league, each round we
And
will
I
be
think we're gonna see
playing
another
30
Geomancy this
minutes
turn.
plus 3.
Yep, I think he's going to be looking for that other Mega, maybe
That's
even another
number
Pokemon
1.
to bench. Maybe another Shaman if he can continue to draw, but more than likely we'll see a Geomancy. Need to build up more of those energies for that Brilliant Arrow.
Another Elixir, okay. We got the Giratina though.
Did get that Giratina back.
Giratina is useful for one thing though. You wanna know what that is?
Could it be the Double Dragon also sitting in his hand?
Yeah. It's pretty good. That adds 60 damage.
Yeah, it is an extra 60, and Isaiah not playing it now, but maybe holding on to it in his hand for when he needs to make sure that if I play this down and get the knockout, it'll be safe.
Yeah. Connor does draw. And we see a versus Seeker, so we can Lysander and knock something else out, I believe?
Okay, Pokemon League Challenge players. You have 30 minutes plus 3. You may begin.
Is Darkrai 20 plus 20 or 20?
Yes, 20 plus 20.
Okay.
So there's 6 in face, so he's doing 140, 150 with belt.
So obviously Connor looking to maybe get another energy or two. Oh no, he's out of elixirs.
Yeah, but he does have 2 energy in hand. So he can Lysander, bring up. Okay, he's bringing up Mangardy to try to just damage it.
Yep. I think he knows he won't be able to one-shot it, but like we see there, oh, okay. I thought maybe he was going to attach to that. Evital on the bench, that way if Darkrai goes down, he can send the Evital up to get the knockout on this Mangardy. But instead, he's just going to use the Darkrai and attach to the other Evital on the bench.
Alright, it should be doing 150 because of the belt. Oh, the resistance.
Yes.
But then it should be less.
Yeah, they forgot the belt and resistance.
Yeah, so we'll get that damage corrected. And this Guardy did over 220 damage to knock out the Darkrai.
Yeah, it did take care of that Darkrai. Connor playing his own in now, bringing both players back down 4. Connor possibly looking for that 4th Darkrai, just to try maybe attach, get it going again. We do see that EXP share on the
Yeah, I think
on
it's
the bench.
darkness big time. Alright, so now they need to do it minus 20. Unless this Gardevoir doesn't have dark resistance? Alright, and putting both players to 4. Oh, I guess it doesn't have resistance. Okay.
Oh, it does have resistance.
It does?
Yeah.
Video game players,
Unless they just had an extra energy.
Masters round 11. Your
New
round
Year's
is
Day.
starting.
It's
Masters
early.
round 11, which may be also called the top 8.
What?
But Masters round 11
Okay.
is starting.
Alright, yeah, so I just miscounted.
Area, and your judges will deal with you appropriately.
Well, no, I mean, the damage was still wrong, so.
Yeah. Alright, so there's enough energy to get the knockout, and now all he needs is a Lysander to knock out the Shaman. There's 3, maybe I should do math, but 5 fairy energy in play, plus the 2 from the double dragons. So that's 7. So that's more than enough. Brilliant arrows putting in work.
Well, we see another double dragon, so now that's 4 fairy energies is going to be
That's a lot
utilizing
of
off
energy.
of it. Yeah.
And here we see the brilliant arrow for the knockout.
Right, both players down to 2
Nine
prizes. But Connor now down just to the Evital's and the Shaman. We see he's going to venture that last Darkrai EX with a Dark Energy.
Alright, and then another end, putting both players to 2.
Connor hoping Isaiah doesn't get that Lysander to call up the Shaman or even the Darkrai at this point with all of the energy he has on his field.
Yeah, he's knocking out anything. So now, how I said all Connor needed was the Lysander, now all Isaiah needs is a Lysander. So he does get the Xerneas break and a Max Elixir. So if he wants, he can Max Elixir to the Xerneas and then attach, or evolve in the break if he doesn't draw anything.
Has the free retreat with the Fairy Garden, and then had top deck another one altogether. I think they're calling for a reflip on it.
There's the Max Elixir. Does he hit it? No.
He misses it. Oh no.
I don't even think you just evolve into the break. You wait and then just take your knockout. You can also think about retreating, but
Pokken sign-ups for side events. Pokken sign-ups for side events are so new. Pokken sign-ups for side events. Go
Alright,
get your
Dark
video game on.
versus
There's the Lysander for the Shaman.
and that is 2-0.
Lysander, and that's it. Connor does take game 2.
Connor's Dallas Regional Champion for the senior version.
Connor is Seniors Dallas Regional Champion. I'll have to go grab him real quick and congratulate him.
Yeah, the game was a little back and forth.
It was. That's Isaiah definitely at least got to actually show what his deck can do. Sadly, I don't think because he wasn't able to get those Geomancies going quite as early as he would have liked to. The Blue Moons were able to stack just enough energy on the board that those Darkrai's really put in the work they were meant to do. So
Yeah, that was a really cool deck. It's different too. No one's really dedicated like to a speed Darkrai. Usually paired with Giratina and stuff like that.
Yep.
And yeah, so we'll be back for the winner's interview.
Just
Yeah.
He's running back.
Alrighty, guys, welcome back. I have with me here Connor Peterson, the senior regional champion here in Dallas. Connor, how are you feeling?
Pretty good. That was a really close match.
Was game 2 definitely was able to get his Pokemon going, getting attack in the first game though. You were able to take really quickly.
Yeah.
What made you decide to play Darkrai today?
I played it at the Mouth Pools Open and got top 8, and I had this really close match with Greninja. I felt like we changed the list to beat Greninja.
Awesome. That's we've seen a lot of different I should say variants. But yours was the first one we featured that had the Darkrai that attacks for all of the Dark Energies on the deck. What made you want to play that speed Darkrai? Just because of the consistency, or?
It's just because there's so many lightning attackers, and people attack so much for Eviltal. Well, I'd rather just run an attacker that doesn't have to deal with that. Also, it's just typing is very nice because resistance to Psychic is very useful, especially against Mega Guardian.
Right on. Now I see you're wearing the world's the San Francisco scarf. Have you been a world's competitor before?
Yes.
Yes. How close are you doing right now with these with your championship points?
I think I'm at 900.
Oh wow! So look at you. You're already ready to go, and
Yeah.
probably even the day too, eh?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, thanks so much, Connor. We appreciate it. Congratulations on winning.
Thank you.
All right, guys. We'll be right back.
Can I
with
make
more.
a shout out?
Oh yeah, go for it, man.
Shout out to Finnegan Lynch for you making the list. And shout out to CutterTap.com.
Awesome. Right on, guys. Well, we'll be right back with more of the top 32 for the Masters division. Stay tuned.
Okay.